This is
What's
where
up?
we talk about all the high-level releases that happened within the past week. And let me tell you, it's packed. I'm filling in for Chase. I'm Emma, and I'm here with Ryan.
Hello.
And we are ready to roll because things are crazy, things are happening, and we've
Things
got
are
some
happening. If you
really
guys didn't know, we had a big event. I think it's still going on. I don't know. It's hard to tell what time it is in India
we
these days.
sold
But
out.
Chase
And
is over there,
oversold.
and that's why he's not here. So
Yeah. So I mean,
give him
can't
some
be
love.
in two places at once. But I did hear that the India event was a smashing success. It looked absolutely packed. It's our biggest event we've ever done outside of Level Up. So
Amazing.
pretty
Yeah, I
freaking
saw some
excited.
great photos coming out of that on the Facebook group.
Love it. Are we ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, and if you guys can hear us, go ahead and check on in. Let us know where you're joining from,
Yeah.
and we'll
I
give you
see
a
a
couple
couple of
shout
comments
outs
coming
there. Free
through.
advertising. Won't even charge you.
Where are you guys coming from? Drop it in the chat. Where are you tuning in from?
Awesome.
Ooh, we got one. Jacksonville, Florida.
Right as
Nice.
rain. Always on time there, David.
Ooh. Ooh, sunny LA.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Well,
Love to
I'm
hear
just
that.
here south, so I'll wave when I finish here.
New York. Hopefully it's a little less
Not as
cold.
sunny.
Snowy. We got Chicago in the house.
What's up?
Ooh, okay. Easter Shore, Maryland. That's exciting.
I have driven through there. I really have. I was in DC for a while. It's a great
Sweet.
area.
Where else? Are we all stateside today or do we have people across the pond?
I bet you we're gonna get some folks from New Zealand. I could feel a Kia Ora coming on. We could probably jump on in, I guess, whenever we're ready.
Okay, sweet. Awesome, awesome. All right, guys. So first up, this is really, really exciting. We can now export company records in bulk. There are a few of these that I've seen people talking about in the Facebook group like just this past week, and I've been like, it's coming, I promise. And now it is here. So Ryan, you want to talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. So before you really didn't have this ability to do this in bulk. Now you can select. I only have an example of 2 here, but if you had more, you could select them all, hit export, and you get an instant CSV download. You could tell it is snappy, coming right up and into your downloads folder. So no need to wait on an email or processing or anything like that. At least with the number of companies that I'm dealing with. Maybe it might take a second. A second look,
Second
but
longer.
otherwise, I think it's good.
Ooh, we have some people in. I just wanted to say we've got some people from India coming in.
Amazing.
I see someone from Valencia, Spain.
Yes.
Ooh,
Julio, nice to see you.
sweet. Welcome, guys. We're just getting started. Okay, next up, we have snapshot support is now available for WordPress. So this is really exciting. We're trying to expand everything that you can possibly do with the WordPress plugin. And now you can actually bundle entire WordPress sites, including pages, themes, plugins, and settings into your snapshots. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Snapshot, as you'll see in the next slide as well, but snapshot support is coming to everything that we can possibly reasonably put into a snapshot. So it makes it much easier for you to bundle things together, give it to new sub-account signups so that most of the work is already done for them, and you can really deliver a lot of value just right off the bat. They don't no need for a configuration. So if you don't know what snapshots are, what are you doing? Get in there and figure it out. But basically, you can configure an entire account, take a snapshot of that, and then when you resell HighLevel, you can just include that when they sign up, so that all the configuration is kind of done. So WordPress is now included with that. If you're a big,
It's so much easier to just like
yeah.
build out, whether you're an agency or you're reselling to other types of clients. Ooh, Anne Marie. Shout out to Anne Marie. She's
What's up,
joining.
Anne-Marie?
We also have Cindy from the Netherlands.
Hello.
Thanks for joining in. I love to see the global audience. Always very exciting. Sweet, guys. So in the same vein of snapshot support, now we're adding LinkedIn ad campaigns to snapshot support. So it's pretty detailed. The campaign structure that you set up will remain the same in your snapshot. So the group, the ad set, the ad, it's really, really powerful for those advertisers out there so that you can set up something that works for one client and then you can deploy it across multiple sub accounts.
Exactly. Pretty straightforward here, but if you're running LinkedIn ads, if you don't know, we support LinkedIn ads. Some part of our job is to remind you of all the cool things that we've got going there. But if you're using Ad Manager, LinkedIn ads are supported. So go check them out if you haven't yet.
Sweet. Next up, RCS messaging is available in a private beta. Ryan, do you want to share a little bit about what RCS is and why it's so
Yeah.
cool?
So RCS is it's kind of Google's response to iMessage, right? So it's a unified, rich media messaging platform, and well, it's really a protocol. Um, and so iOS, Apple has announced that they're going to be supporting this. I mean, this has been going on for the last year. If you haven't heard about it, you've probably been under a rock. But at any rate, we're going to be bringing it into our platform so that you can use RCS to communicate with clients. It is in a private beta right now, which means nobody else is allowed in. We're trying to limit the number of folks just so we get good feedback around it. And if you're considering RCS messaging, just know, just a little heads up, if you thought A2P was kind of difficult, you ain't seen nothing yet. A lot of controls around RCS messaging, and so it's for some pretty serious businesses that really want to leverage this, and it's really advantageous for them. So again, a lot of the carriers we're wrangling a lot of the cell phone carriers together with Twilio and our back end to make this happen, and the team is on it. But if you have a big need for RCS and you know exactly what it is coming very soon. We just want to make sure we iron out the kinks. And if you don't know what it is, do some research. There's definitely a little bit of a learning curve in terms of why and when you'd want to use it. So go ahead and do some research on that. But definitely,
it's
I would
powerful.
say for serious businesses.
It's coming, it's exciting. And so we just
Yeah.
wanted to put it on the radar for you guys so that you know that we'll be ready once this private beta finishes to really ramp up. So think about how you can start to use it for your businesses. Next up, I'm really personally excited about this one. We can now sort by custom fields. Guys, the whole goal here is just to make your life easier. Whatever you want to sort by, now you can do it because you can organize your lists, you can put together custom objects. The goal here is complete flexibility and customization of the platform.
Yeah, especially if there are certain items that you want to slice and dice that are custom in nature for custom objects. That's the idea here, is that you can really just choose whatever you want to organize it by and sort by those specific fields.
Next up, we've got the phone system. We have updated the toll-free verification flow just to make it easier to align with updated carrier requirements, especially for those out there that are doing political election campaign type things. So this is, if your ears perk up, if you're doing that sort of work, this is going to make your lives a lot easier.
And really, this is all about compliance, right? I mean, we don't make the rules. We're just here to enforce them and make sure that you're compliant so that your number doesn't get shut down or you get approved and stuff like that. So that's what all this effort is for, is to make sure that you're on the right path and making sure that we're abiding by all the rules that the carriers have, because nobody likes to get text messages from folks that they don't really want to receive it from, right? So
exactly. And we've also got a completely new settings experience inside of calendars that's here to make your life easier. So it's cleaner, it's clear. We've updated where you find things. The goal here is that it's more intuitive so that you can set your calendars up and deploy them a lot faster.
Yeah, go and check it out. Pretty light, more visual and like organized update there. But if you got feedback around it, if you love it, if you hate it, or there's specific things that you have ideas for improving, let us know. But love the new look and sort of the organized feel that it now has.
Heck yeah. We've also got AI response style setting. So Ryan, do you want to talk about this a little bit more?
Yeah, so this is just kind of giving you the ability to more finely tune how detailed conversation AI gets when it's responding to your contacts. So there's a setting there you can see within each specific bot. And then on the next screen, you'll see an example of what the concise one looks like. I thought I'd start with like the shorter one. And you can imagine that as you progress through that, you get longer and longer and more detailed responses.
This is awesome if you have, because typically before the default was concise, short, quick responses. But sometimes when you're answering FAQs or you're walking a customer through a tutorial, you want those answers to be longer and more thought out. So now you get to decide what makes the most sense for your agent.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and this one's just showing like what that looks like, the
Yeah.
concise one. There are 3 examples, but I figured one was enough. You could use your imagination.
We've also got new SaaS onboarding flow. Guys, if you're not on SaaS mode and this is going to change the game. It's going to make it so much easier for you. But Ryan, I'll let you share a little bit about the details here.
Yeah, the big thing here is that we organize everything that needs to happen. I know the folks that back in the day when SaaS mode first launched, I was one of the few that were first in line to be like, we need this, but it was it was a little bit clunky in terms of how we needed to like, oh, I guess I need my payment thing and I got to get this link and put it into Stripe. So we've eliminated a lot of that over the years and made it a lot simpler. And this is the next evolution of that. So you have a nice checklist. I'm sure that a lot of you have noticed this has been thematic, right? We want to guide you through a process, give you things to check off so that we make sure everything gets set up correctly and more easily. And it's all kind of in one place so you know where you're at.
And for those of you that haven't encountered SaaS mode yet, it is such a powerful tool, whether you are an agency or you're just someone who's figured out HighLevel and how to make it work for you and your business type. If you're sitting on that, you're essentially sitting on a gold mine because you have the ability to resell with SaaS mode. And it opens up, not only is the API available, you can do rebilling. It's really, really powerful. We recommend you take a look.
Yep.
We also have a new blog importer flow. This is pretty straightforward, but the goal here is to make it super easy to import blogs into the platform.
Yeah, this is definitely a little bit more of a UI enhancement so that what you're seeing visually makes a little bit more sense. But you can see the status of things, what's been mapped, etc., and kind of work your way through that process. So if you're thinking about bringing a blog over, you can always just test it out. Go into your blogs under sites and do an import and see how it does. But the team's really improved a lot of things on the back end as well here to make things much more reliable and easier to understand.
Heck yeah. So we also, I'm pretty excited about this one in particular. You now can see your reselling reporting in the agency dashboard. So for those of you that do have SaaS mode on, you're reselling different features or add-ons. Now you can see that data visualized for you on the agency dashboard.
Yeah. Not a whole lot else I've got to say about this other than providing more data and more insights into what your accounts are doing is really helpful. And there's a lot of other suggestions that we've gotten from town halls and other one-on-one meetings with product managers. So this will continue to get better. So that you've got visibility into your agency and your sub accounts and what they're doing. So you can take action on what's happening there. We don't just want to provide vanity metrics. We want actionable data for you. So this will continue to get better and better as time moves on. But this is a really good step forward so that you can see what's happening.
Ooh, Ryan, I got to give this shout out here. The wizards everywhere concept is so helpful.
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah,
absolutely. Couldn't agree more. We need a wizard in every place we can get it.
Yep. So next up, Workflow AI, guys, is twice as fast. This is pretty straightforward. If you haven't used the Workflow AI's tool yet, it is a complete game changer for building out workflows. You can just type in what you want and it will build out this flow for you and guide you through the whole process. And so now it's actually slightly above 50% faster. So it really is. It's way better.
Yeah, I rounded. I think it was 2.16, if I did my math correctly. But yes, it is twice as fast as I think gets to the sentiment of what's happening here. Not only do we want to integrate AI, but we want to make it as efficient as possible so that you're not sitting around like I do, like waiting for something to happen and then get distracted and get into a DM. We just want you to stay on task here. So regardless, this will continue to get faster and faster to the point where it's instantaneous. I don't think that we have a limit of how fast we want to make it. But shout out to the team for rounding off the corners here and making it nice and smooth.
Sweet. Next up, we have auto connecting steps in the advanced builder. Ryan, tell us a little bit more about what's going on here.
Yeah, so I think before you could like drag things in, but then you'd have to manually go and connect the nodes together. So this allows you to click, drag it in the middle as you're seeing there, and it just automatically connects it. It understands like, oh, this needs to go between these, so we need to connect it together. Less clicks for you, more
I know it
smiles.
seems really small, but man, was it annoying to go in to click. You put something in. Okay, now I have to reconnect all of these things. So
Yes, yes. We
love
gave
that
a
we
lot
have
of
that.
control, but now we have more intuitive control, which is great.
We also have the ability to view and restore versions across builders. So you can now see in both standard or advanced, you can essentially just look back at versions. So that's pretty exciting.
Yes, version control is at the center of a lot of these builder products, including Agent Studio and that. So that if you make a mistake or you're like, oh, how did I have it set up before? You can go back in time, look at that picture there, and decide, oh, I want to restore this, or maybe there's just something you wanted to reference. In either case, you'll have that at your fingertips there.
It's going to be so helpful. I definitely make mistakes when I'm building, so it's so nice to go back and see what was there before. Okay, this is another one. There's a couple here that I saw on the Facebook group, was hot and heavy this week. Bulk import of custom objects. This is super freaking exciting. So now it's pretty straightforward, but since we released custom objects, we have just been building on those capabilities. So now you have the ability to bulk import with full create, update, and deloop controls. Plus, there's a dedicated bulk action page with pause resume capabilities. So pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, love it. Custom objects are growing up real quick here. So if you haven't checked them out recently, or you wanted to do like a big bulk import, now you can do it along with a lot of other bulk actions as well. Which when you're dealing with custom objects, you're typically doing a lot of those. So
I wanted to highlight a comment we got just because it's a quick question. So it's, how do we get to this type of builder? They were asking about, I'm guessing, the advanced workflow builder. The cool thing is it's out for everybody. So if you go into workflows, you can toggle between standard and the advanced workflow builder. And on the left-hand sidebar, you can type in your request via AI, or at the top in the visual builder. So it's right there. Go into workflows and tinker around.
yeah, and one quick note on that too, you do have controls over what users get to see what builder. So you might want some more granularity of like, well, I don't want my standard users using the advanced workflow builder. It might be too distracting for them. I only want them to use the standard, and all of those settings are available in the global settings within automations and workflows.
Sweet. Next up, we have vibe coding agents. Ryan, you were just talking to me about this, so tell me about it. What's going on?
This is the headliner for the show. I picked it out specifically for you guys. This just dropped, I think, this morning. I woke up at 5:30 or whatever, and it was already live. So a bit like Christmas, but the idea here, and I didn't go through the whole thing, but the idea here is if you're interested in Agent Studio, but you're like, I don't really know how to set this up, like these agents, it doesn't really make sense, but I have an idea of how I could use it. You can now use AI to vibe code in agents. So you could be like, in this example, I was like, oh, I'm a real estate agent in San Diego and I sell luxury condos. And you can kind of have a conversation with it. It will interpret what you're trying to do and ask you questions about what that is. And then it will build out the agents for you. So very similar to the way that workflow AI works, where you're like, hey, I want to build this automation. It's going to do this, that, and the other thing. And you can describe it and it will just make it the way that it's supposed to be. This is that shortcut there. And I think that especially over time, this is going to get even better. But right now it's super cool. And there's an example actually on the next slide that kind of shows like a full build out that the team went through. And so all this was done with AI, which really just shortcuts a lot of time. And you don't really have to know how everything works. You just need to know what it needs to do.
I love, Ryan, that we are entering this stage where the way that people operate changes. We are starting to chat. We're starting to talk it through. Rather than doing a lot of the actual work. And I'm just so excited to see HighLevel at the forefront, building into agents building agents. Exactly. I'll show that there because pretty freaking cool. So yeah, we're at the forefront of this, and our team is working so fast. So you're gonna see new exciting releases like this every single week. So tune in.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, let's see. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Next up is we have a new course you can download. You can, use the QR code, scan it, it'll pop you right to the page. It's how to master high level for beginners with Carly Myers.
Yeah, and so this is part of an ongoing effort we have. We have a lot of certified admins. If you're not familiar with the certified admin community and that program, go ahead and check it out. We've got some awesome team members leading that up and some awesome participants and members. And a lot of them are really, really good at specific parts of high level. So we work with them to create courses that dive into things that they're really, really good at. And so they share a lot of their knowledge. It's all free, as you can see by the word free, in the High Level University. You just pop on it over to the High Level University. It's in your agency view left-hand tab if you're just looking for the link there, or you can scan this QR code and you head on over to that learning tab and you'll see a slew of courses that are all
Yeah,
very, very useful.
I think 3 releasing every month at minimum. So there's always new content dropping. You should check it out. It's the best way to stay up to date on everything high level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, so we now have a lead connector desktop app. So we're gonna leave this up here for a second. This is really exciting. It's just once again, we're upgrading the experience. So you don't just have to be on your browser. You can now download the app. Things are gonna run faster and smoother. And it's just like a dedicated platform for you if you are working on Lead Connector.
Yes. This is so just to kind of zoom out a little bit. We first launched the High Level desktop app at Level Up Summit. And after that, people are like, "Oh, this is really, really cool, but I do white label or I do gray label, and I want something that doesn't say high level on it." So we have delivered that. You now have a Lead Connector gray label desktop app, and what this really is a very stripped down browser that runs just high level in that browser. So the performance is way better. The memory management's better because guess what? There aren't a million tabs open and extensions running and plugins and all kinds of things that, ultimately, as I look at my memory usage on an hourly basis, it's like Chrome takes up like 16 gigabytes of RAM. So you won't have to worry about this, especially on older machines. It's really useful and it eliminates distractions, which is super helpful for most users. And again, a lot of folks will be like, "Oh, I needed to do this and that." And yes, we're totally going to improve it. But just think about this, as Sean says, like from the average user's perspective, this is really, really helpful. And it's really helpful in stickiness. So if you want your sub accounts and your users to continue using high level and to remain a subscriber, this is a great way to do it because it's just sitting there on their desktop and they can just open it right away. They don't have to bookmark anything. It's right there.
Cool. Next, we have the ability to deploy into an API in Agent Studio, which is pretty freaking advanced. Ryan, do you want to talk a little bit more about
Yeah. So again, if you're building an Agent Studio, there are a number of technical reasons where you'd want to deploy that particular, I would say, canvas, or because you could have multiple agents, but you can deploy that particular instance to an API, and that allows you to interact with it through third-party systems. So if you know what that's all about, or you've been asking for this, I know tons of people have been asking for it. Now is your day. If you don't know what it is, don't worry about it. It's definitely more on the advanced side, I would say.
Yep. Awesome. So as far as enhancement goes, we've got, a couple of big ones: template programs, APIs improved, and then custom objects, companies, and tasks. Anything, Ryan, that's like standing out to you?
Yeah, there's a bunch of things this week that kind of were like minor bug fixes and like annoyances that got resolved. And I think the shout out here, obviously, we got way faster with the template params API, and that allows the template library to work a lot faster. So when you're deploying templates and that, so all this just means smoother, faster experience for the end user. And custom objects, companies, and tasks. There's a big ask, like we need to see the record IDs and to be able to copy them easily and reference them. And so now you have that. So it's a small but mighty update in the UI so that you can see the record IDs in multiple places, including the record detail view as well as the list view.
Next up, we have some exciting things that are entering labs, starting off with the ability to import from media storage for courses.
Yes. If you are not now, I believe that we launched this one last week, but just as a reminder, go to your agency level, go to settings, go to labs, and look at the sub account tab as well as the agency tab for new things that are coming out that we have very high confidence in, but we might want to be collecting some feedback there. So you can turn it on for specific sub accounts. You don't have to expose it to everybody if you don't want to. Test it out. Maybe you got a test account or a test sub account that's kind of fired up there, and then provide the feedback to the team there. That's not a black hole that just goes nowhere. There's a little button there that says provide feedback, and when you do that, the team receives it, and this helps them to make it even better than what it is. So importing media from the media storage or media library, as it was once called, was a big ask, and I think it's the last thing that wasn't connected to the media storage. So if you have a video and media storage, you can then pull it into courses, and that's the idea, instead of having to upload it from your computer, which was the previous behavior.
I'm excited about that one. And yes, please give your feedback. If you notice something's not working the way it should, like that's the purpose of labs. We want to see how we can improve it before we roll it out to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm so hype about this one. Okay, Ryan. So now we have the ability, we have a Canva integration in media storage. So for all of the social media people out there, or ads managers who are constantly bouncing back and forth, like no need for multiple tabs anymore. You can directly import, browse your Canva designs, edit designs in Canva, download Canva files. Like it's wild.
Yeah, this really connects the two experiences together. I mean, our own marketing team, we work in a slew of different software, but Canva is one of the main ones, especially for more simple design projects. And we're always like downloading it and then having to re-upload it. And this provides a bridge to that. And I will say, big shout out to the team. This was like a long time coming. I think this is over a year in progress to get this rolled out. Not their fault, but it just took some time. So at any rate, go and check it out. This video kind of shows you the flow where you first have to connect it. So that's step one, and you'll see a button there in media storage to do so. Give it permissions, and then you can select any image in your media storage library. And there's an ellipse, a 3 dots button. You click that and go to edit in Canva. It will then open that in Canva, and you can switch back to the media storage and actually look at all of your Canva stuff. It's a drop down there on the top left hand drop down under media storage title, and there you can see everything that's in Canva. So even if you just design something in Canva and you're like, oh, I want to pull it on over, you can just switch to that drop down and then decide which ones you want to pull into your media storage library.
Ryan, we just got a question. Is this live?
It's live. It's live in labs, which is why you got to go to agency view, settings, labs, and you will see it there.
So go check it out. Give us feedback. Use it. We're excited about it.
Yeah, stoked.
Next up, bulk import of companies. This is another one I saw in the Facebook group this past week. Someone was asking this exact question. There were tons of people responding. So now, guys, you can do it. You can bulk import companies directly into the CRM using a guided multi-step import flow.
Yes, and companies is getting a lot of attention. We've had a lot of great feedback over the months how we can improve this. It is a challenge for sure, but the team is up for it, and they've been making some great progress in getting companies to function really, really well, especially as they get associated with contacts. So if you do a lot of B2B sales, we're working on that, and it is getting better and better by the week. So go ahead and check the bulk import if you've been wanting to do that.
Heck yeah. You know what time it is, Ryan. It's time for some community shout outs.
Yeah.
We have, go ahead.
I just want to say, like, the HighLevel group is awesome. We we thrive off of our customers. Like that's why we get up. That's why we do what we do. We like making you guys happy, and we like hearing what you have to say. And a lot of times, there's great ideas that come out of the Facebook group, and people help each other out a lot, which is even better. So, with that, we want to highlight some specific shout outs to some cool things that have been happening in the community this week. And I think the first one, what is the first
The
one?
first one is from,
Yes.
yeah,
So,
Jishan.
yeah, Jisand is talking about the HighLevel API. Now, if you don't know, we actually have a HighLevel API Center of Excellence team, and they work on the API all the time. And you probably understand we have lots of different APIs, so there's a lot to do there. But as we continue moving forward, I know we've made tons of great progress here, but the API really allows, especially the technical folks that have third-party systems, that they're like, hey, HighLevel is awesome for all this stuff, but I also want it to know other things or be able to interact with other systems that are already in place for the businesses that I serve. And that's the whole goal of the API is to be able to connect and interact with HighLevel and its data, the data that's within each sub account at a programmatic level. And so anyway, just big shout out to the API team. Looks like folks are loving it and really getting a lot of value out of what it provides.
Absolutely. We also have one from Michael here. Really, really, really excited about this because genuinely, I love it when our customers get so freaking excited about our platform. And our biggest advocates are not our own team, but it's the users, the customers. And so, I mean, yeah, he's basically going on and on about vibe builders. And what's wild is we've just added in like there's more coming. We're gonna be able to vibe build.
Yeah, this is a teaser to one of the next slides that we've got coming up if you haven't seen it yet. So he's referencing something you might not be aware of, but you're about to find out.
But you're about to be. Anything else you want to say before we go? We
No,
have a little
I think that's it.
Okay, guys, strap in. We are too.
Oh, amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, shout out to the team for this another Skunkworks project. I feel like these are becoming more and more regular. But anyway,
Yeah.
if you haven't seen the video or you want to watch it again, that's the QR code to it. But this is our new vibe code builder within HighLevel. I'm sure a lot of you use some third-party tools for this, but we're bringing that experience into HighLevel. It is a leapfrog over what is currently there. But this is in very early mode, so we wanted to give you a preview of it, but obviously it's working pretty well and pumping out some amazing designs and functionality just with chatting with it. And I mean, I went through all the different videos. There's like probably an hour's worth of videos that the team put together showing examples. And I gotta say, the prompts were not that elaborate. So no prompt engineering is really needed here, just vibes. So.
Yeah, I was blown away when this got sent to our team. And what's wild is that, yeah, just how quick our team was able to put this together, because they were like, this is what the people want. This is what we're going to get. So yeah, definitely coming soon. We're really, really, I'm already seeing people that they're like, are you looking for beta? You know? So I think you're not alone. We are
This
going to
might
get,
go into labs sooner than later.
yeah,
So
just so we
we'll
know.
keep you updated. But so far, this is running on local machines. So
Yeah.
give us a minute to integrate it with the old server rack there, and we'll figure it out for you.
Something else we've got coming soon is SLA reporting and workflow trigger. So Ryan,
Not as exciting, admittedly. Okay, but this is a big one. So if you don't know, SLA stands for Service Level Agreement. Me and my acronyms. And the the idea here is that you can, if you've got like support staff, let's say, that's using it, or people that are fielding leads, you want to keep track of how quickly they respond to things. And so you can do that within conversations. But the question is like, okay, but how do I see how the whole team's doing? That's coming very, very soon. So you'll be able to see an overview of what the overall performance is of you hitting your SLAs, which is very important. You want to get back to people as soon as you can.
yeah, absolutely. Well said. We also have a page editor that's now available in tablet mode. Very exciting.
Yeah, this is a big ask. I don't get it personally. Not to bag on any. I don't understand why you'd want to design
Hey,
for
listen, some
tablets.
people are very avid tablet users.
There are user groups that are heavy tablets, but when I look at our data, it is a pretty small number. But anyway, I know the needs there, so it is coming. There'll be a tablet mode within the page editor for funnels and websites. So that's coming real soon.
Excited about it. All right. I think that might be wrapping it up.
I think so.
Wow. Thanks for tuning in for another release radar. Oh man. You know what's wild is, I don't know if everyone out there in the community knows, but this is something Ryan puts together and his team every single week. Tons of info, because our engineering team is so quick. They're obviously releasing tons of new things every single week up until the very last minute. And it's such a great resource for everyone out there. So if you have not, if you know people that use HighLevel, but they haven't ever tuned in to a release radar, share this with them, let them know, because so many people are like, how do I talk to people at events. They're like, how do I get in touch with what's happening? There's so much new stuff. This is how.
This is it. This is it. Well worth the effort. Is a labor of love, and love hanging out with you guys. Hope you have a great weekend and come back to us on Monday because we got work to do.